Zaria Wiggins, super fast guard back. And, of course, now the pride and joy of this Bulldogs new coming class, the 4 freshmen. Can we call them the Fab Four? Because in the games that they played overseas, these 4 young ladies did not play as freshmen. I'm talking about Jayla Hemingway, Aliyah Matheru, Rakia Jackson definitely didn't, and Jamea Mingo Young. These young ladies are our future. I can't wait to see how they mesh with the current Lady Bulldogs, as we kind of continue the success that Coach Vic has built over the past couple of years, Stubbs, and the success that we've had on hardwood, winning the SEC, trouncing former stalwarts LSU and Tennessee, and they were used to being the head knockers of the women's SEC basketball, but now we are on the top spot still. We got to deal with Dawn Staley over there in South Carolina. But I think this is going to be what – yeah. And she had a hell of a recruiting class as well. But our young ladies played an international, playing against grown women, and they came away with the silver medal. I think that experience is going to help this team gel. So what do you think about our Lady Bulldogs?
I know this is your favorite sport, and I commend you for that, or one of your favorite sports. I'm just now getting onto the women's basketball game since state got better. I mean, like I told you before, I kept up with it because it was a state program and it was advertised, but I've never been a fan of women's basketball until recently. But I really think this team is going to dominate. I really believe Jackson is probably going to be our leading scorer. I know that's saying a lot for a freshman to come in, but I love her game, the way she played overseas and was basically leading scorer almost every game. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I believe when we won silver, she was pissed off. She was mad that she got silver. She wanted gold.
Yeah.
Well, everybody else was all excited in the picture and all. We won silver, and she was salty. So I love
Jackson
that
face.
So, I think Chloe Baby's going to have a big year. And like you said, that really hurt us last year because we didn't have a shooter. And so everybody could just hone in on the middle and try to keep the ball out of Tiara's hands because they knew we had nobody to really shoot because our 2 guards weren't shooters. Like Jasmine Home, great point guard, what you really want in a point guard. But Dansbury was our shooting guard, but she likes the little mid-range jumpers. She doesn't like those three-pointers. And so they could you could almost play a box of one against State and shut us down. Not shut us down, but, Oregon took 2 of our 3 losses from Oregon.
Yeah.
So I really think this year we expand with, you got Bibby, you've got Brianna Scott's coming back. She stepped up big last year. I don't like her shot. There's something about her shot that just bothers me. It makes me want to just fall on the ground and just cry. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something bad to me. I like to see how Jessica Carter improves. I think Hemingway is going to step up. I'm still waiting on Maya Taylor to show up.
Yeah.
All this talk
Come on,
about
Maya.
being the Gatorade Player of the Year and coming in, and then I don't know if it hasn't translated, if it's the height, I don't know. Espinoza Hunter, Rainmaker, shoots the 3 like crazy. I know her least favorite thing is defense, so that's what kept her mostly off the court last year. And as she got stronger, she came back on. So I really think this is another 1-2 team in SEC, especially with all these new faces coming in, and especially just because of Vic Schaefer. He's our true MVP, where you go down to it. And I would say our other MVP that doesn't get a lot of recognition is our associate head coach, Johnny Harris. Everybody she's tutored in that middle, she's a beast. When Vic leaves, that's who I want on coaching the sidelines.
All right. Well, before we move on to our next segment, I have to talk about this. Coach Vic Schaefer has been hot on the recruiting trail, and he has 2 commits for the class of 2020. 5-star Madison Hayes out of I'm not going to try to say that name of that town, Tennessee, but East Hamilton High School. She's a 5'10" dynamo. I mean, she can shoot it. She can play defense. Very athletic. I mean, she's a creator. She's a finisher. So another 5-star recruit for Coach Vic. And the other commit is Deanna Gaston, a 4-star, 6'2" forward out of Pearland, Texas, Pearland High School. She's a front face defender. She can also shoot the three. So Coach Vic bringing in the talent that we need to sustain the success that he's worked hard to build since he's arrived at Starkville. And it just makes me even happier because that's going to keep the women's basketball team playing at a high level. We just need Coach Howland to get the men playing at a high level so we can have two of the most dominant teams, men and women, playing basketball in the SEC. I think Howland is on the cusp. He's been recruiting well year after year. It just hasn't translated to dominant wins yet. And we play well in some games, don't play well in others. I mean, Kentucky, even though they've been bringing in their typical 5-star recruits, they're not as strong. You know, that one and done situation is really, really hindering Kentucky's development. So we need to strike while the iron is hot. And I think we need to show some improvement under Howland. I think we're going to – I don't necessarily know if we're going to win the SEC this year with all these new faces and with the returning team, but I think we're definitely going to be formidable. We just got to reload. I could be wrong. We could very well win all our games this year. I would love to see that, but we have a young team mixed with a lot of returning veterans, with the 4 or 5 freshmen ladies coming in. And then here's the thing, though. Check this out, though, Stubbs. I think we only lose one player from this team, and that is Jordan Danbury. And then we bring in the 2 young ladies next year, and then the seniors we're having on that squad will be Hunter, Morris, Scott, and Bibby. I think Cooks may retain a year of eligibility with her transfer. So that way we'll have a senior-laden squad on the front court with a lot of youth in the back court. And then I'm pretty sure Coach Vick is going to continue to recruit at a high level. I think our Lady Bulldog basketball team is going to be good for years to come. So,
let me tag team on that before we hop off that subject. Is we still have one more spot left open to sign for this women's basketball team. Like you said, there's only one. Dansbury, the only one really leaving. We might lose some of the transfers or whatever at the transfer portal, just because when you're recruiting 4 stars and 5 stars, you know, somebody's got to sit. But we have one more spot left, and we are hoping to land. I think her name's Camila Cardosa. She's actually the number 5 player in the country. She's a 6'6". Tierra McCowan, but more athletic. And she was also the travel partner for Madison Hayes. So already having her signed up, and you've got the number 5 country. That's basically probably come down to us or South Carolina. You know, we've got the heads up on that. So we land her, then we are really sitting pretty.
Oh, man, yes. Definitely. I think that would be awesome to get her and partner her back up with her former traveling teammate. I think that would definitely bode well for the future of Bulldog Lady Bulldog basketball. I just can't wait to see it happen. But before we move forward, we're going to go ahead and take another quick commercial break. We're going to have our pick'ems, and then we're going to talk about volleyball, maybe some baseball, and also some soccer updates. So we'll be right back with more Maroon Maniacs.
Hey guys, let's talk about my second sponsor, and that is the Start Vegas Snowballs. They have 2 locations to help serve you in the greater Starkville, Mississippi area. I highly suggest you check them out on their Facebook page. Their pictures will make you want to lick your phone. Other than that, take my word for it. Check them out. 113 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive in Starkville, Mississippi. Other one is located at 216 Loomis Drive. Enjoy.
All right. And Mississippi State's on fall break. I saw you post. Which one of the locations is closed, Stubbs?
The campus one, close to the campus. So the 182 is actually still open. 2 to 6.
So make sure you go by Loomis and get you a snowball. I know it's October, starting to get cool, but you still can get you a nice snowball. They look so delicious. But first up, we got some baseball news stuff. So lay it on us.
So there's a lot of things going on in baseball right now. And the first thing we'll just pick up is we did lose Brad Smith the other day. The big time hand was hoping to probably start midweek games or, like I said, could be one of our closers. He went out of our exhibition game and is probably going to have Tommy John surgery. So hopefully we'll find somebody to step up on that category. As we find, that's the big thing about fall ball. This is where you kind of lock down your pitching staff for the upcoming spring, to where you want to see what happens. I think there's a couple exhibitions coming up. I know we had an exhibition this past weekend against the Raging Cajuns. We lost the first game 4-7, and we won the second game 13-2. It's one of those things. Baseball is kind of a year-round sport where you get, luckily, with our fans, you can watch and keep up with stuff, and actually get to go to stadiums and check on practices. We also launched the Super Bulldog weekend was launched. A lot of fans are salty about that because it is on Easter weekend, which will be a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday series. So it still leaves you Sunday open for Easter. It's just, some people are going to have something to gripe about because it's Easter weekend and they got to travel, or you're not going to have big enough crowds because it's Easter weekend. So, and you got midday games. So we'll see. Like I said, baseball is one of my favorite sports. We still got 4.5 months to opening day, but we'll see how everything goes.
Right, and also we have one commit to talk about also, and that is Hines Community College right-hand pitcher Preston Johnson commits to Mississippi State. Wish we could get him on campus now with the loss of Brandon Smith. So yeah, I can't. Here's the thing: it's possible that we're in the midst of one of the most successful runs of Mississippi State sports combined, as far as football, basketball, baseball. And it's a great time to be a Bulldog fan. Because there were some times when I was a kid where I never questioned why I picked Mississippi State as my squad, but I just wish we could have won more. And it's good to see us in the win column more than the loss column in 2019 and in the past couple of years. We've been in the win column combined, I feel, more than the loss column. That's a great thing. Now, want to talk about our Bulldogs in the pros. Where is it? It just wants to run a high from me. Give me a second, folks.
You good.
Crazy computer just closing the windows. But of course, we know we have a lot of Bulldogs in the pros, and it's great to see to have as many Bulldogs in the NFL, even the ones who aren't playing right now, the ones who are recovering from injury. You still count as a Bulldog in the pros. But we're going to focus on the Bulldogs right now, who are playing.
While you're pulling that up, I just want to talk about that Dallas Green Bay game. And I know what happened. I called the Green Bay the Mississippi State Packers because they have like five, six of those players on that team. And it's like I was telling my buddy at work. I was like, I thought Dallas was going to win the game at first, and then I really got to think about it, and I was like, all those players on that team played with Prescott at some point. They went against him in practice. You look at Will Redmond, Preston Smith, all of them went against Dak, so they know what they expect from him. And they had some of their best games of the year was this weekend against Dak.
Yeah, Will Redmond definitely.
Interceptions, tackles, and special teams. Like, he was everywhere. He looked like Darius Slay out there all of a sudden. I was like, where did he come from?
Yeah.
So go ahead and get back to the stats.
All right, so let's run this down. Danico